Hello and welcome back to another episode of the DIYguy.net. Alright, today we're going to be showing you how to change the oil on a Honda Pioneer 1000. So the very first step is going to be to run the engine and get it up to operating temperature. Then we'll go ahead and pull it inside. Alright, so we're going to need our drain pan or bucket, a 10mm to get the oil filled cap off, and a 12mm short and long to get our drain plugs out, our ratchet and a short extension, and our torque wrench. We'll climb underneath and get to draining the oil. Alright, so when you climb underneath, the very first one will be for the sub transmission. Follow that back. Here is the first oil drain, 12mm, and then in this hole right here is the other secondary oil drain right there, 12mm as well. So you want to make sure you drain the back two, not this front one, as it is for the sub transmission and a different size. Some of these skid plates do have it labeled on it what it is a drain for. This one is an earlier one which does not. Alright, so we'll let that keep draining. We're going to go ahead and clean up our drain plugs, as the filter kit we bought came with new crush washers, so we'll remove these old ones, wipe down our bolt, and install the new crush washer. So when it's done draining, we're ready to reinstall our drain plugs. We'll go ahead and put the 12mm on our torque wrench and go ahead and torque them down to 20 foot-pounds of torque. Alright, so now that we have them torqued, we're going to go ahead and slide our drain pan over to the edge here on the edge of the frame, as our oil filter caps or covers are right here. Alright, so we have our two filters here. We'll go ahead and put the part numbers right here and here. Now we also bought the O-rings for the covers that cover the oil filters. We don't know when they were last replaced. You can reuse them. But it's a good idea to have these on hand anyway, just in case you damage one, you can get the machine back up and going. And we also have two new crush washers for our drain plugs. You can reuse those a couple times as well, but we're not sure how many times they were used already, so we're starting fresh on this machine. We'll write that down in our maintenance book and we'll know for next time. You may want a rag to stuff down in there to catch the oil that's going to come out of these filters. Be careful, there is a spring behind each one of these covers. You want to drop that into the skid pan as well. We'll go ahead and unpackage our new filter and the O-ring for that front cover so we can get them swapped out. When installing the filter, make sure the rubber side goes in, as this side does say this side out towards filter cover. So we'll go ahead and put that in. Put a thin layer of oil on it. We're going to go ahead and stretch that new O-ring in there. Put the spring inside our cover. Then we'll go ahead and line the mark on our cover and then reinstall the cover. We got the top one done. We'll go ahead and do the same thing to the DTC filter right below it. Be careful not to drop that spring down inside the skid plate. Go ahead and unpackage our filter for the bottom and swap our O-ring out for that cover since we got those as well. Same thing with this filter, the metal side facing out towards the cover, the rubber side to make the seal inward. Push that in. We'll go ahead and swap the O-ring on our cover. Next we can grab a torque wrench and we'll torque down all 5 of these oil filter cap bolts to 9 foot-pounds. Alright, now that we have the filter covers reinstalled, we can go ahead up top, go ahead and lift the bed and gain access to our oil fill and start filling it with oil. Alright, so we need to put the bed up, so you're just going to go ahead and pull this here, which is going to disengage the driver and passenger side for the front to start tipping up. Now if you have trouble with this, there is a secondary latch system right here, which is in the center of the seats. So if you have trouble, go ahead and push down on the center of the seats and that'll get that to disengage. So right here is the cover we need to gain access to, so we can go ahead and refill everything. So go ahead and grab a little flat screwdriver, just push down in the center of the clip, and then you can go ahead and pop it out. We'll go ahead and repeat that process. You have one here, and then 2 down over this edge over here. So there are the other 2 clips I was talking about. We'll go ahead and pop that cover off. And you can see our oil fill right here. Alright, this is our 6th quart we're moving now. We're going to go ahead and open a 7th, and we're going to put in about 16 ounces as it calls for like 23 ounces. Then we'll go ahead and start it and actually check the level on our dipstick and add accordingly. Go ahead and start the machine, run it for a little bit, shut it down, wait a minute or so, and then check our oil level. Want to make sure we go ahead and fill the oil filter housing. Alright, so we ran it for 2 minutes. We're going to let it sit for 2 minutes, let the oil settle back in so we can get an accurate reading on the dipstick. We'll go around to the driver's side on the footwell here, and in this front corner here is a little rubber flap we need to lift, and then we can gain access to the dipstick to check the fluid level. We come back in, like I said, on the driver's side footwell. Right there is our cover where we've been filling the oil, and right here is the little rubber flap we just need to lift, and then right there you can see the oil dipstick there. We'll go ahead and pull that out, wipe it off, stick it back in, and check our oil, and then add if we need to. So it's probably going to be hard to tell as it is new oil. But we are just maybe a few ounces low. It is right there at the tip of my nail, and we got to be just up a little bit more. So we're going to go ahead and add a few ounces and then recheck it. It's added a few ounces. We'll go ahead and check it again. So you got it nice and dry. And as you can see, we are right at the full mark, so that is perfect. So we'll go ahead and reinstall the dipstick, remove our funnel, and replace the oil fill cap. Go ahead and reinstall that cover. So with these clips, you just want to hold it, go ahead and push this back up through 2 clips, and then we'll go ahead and reinstall those through the cover and into the body. Lastly, we can reset the service light. To do this, we'll press down and hold the odometer button, turn the ignition switch to the on position while we keep the button held down until the wrench light stops blinking on the dash. Then we go ahead and let go of the button and turn the ignition off, and that has reset the service interval light. So after starting it up and running it, we've checked around the oil filter housing, the drain plug, we have no oil leaks. That is it. We just shown you how to replace the engine oil in a Honda Pioneer 1000. Don't forget to click the link in the description, which will take you to our website for a full write-up. You can also click that subscribe button you placed in the middle for you. On the right, you'll find a recommend video just for you. And on the left side, you'll see our recent upload. Thanks for watching another episode of the DIYguy.net.